Hi, I'm Chris Muscarella. I am the co-founder and president of products at Mobile Comments. We are a mobile messaging company. We so just a little bit of background and then jump into some vignettes and some case studies and some of the interesting stuff. We're a couple years old. We are venture-backed. We have over 50 customers, and we're cash flow positive. We did that all with a 7-person team, and most of that we did with a 4-person team. There are 3 recent additions there. In terms of where we came from, we're a child of Britney Spears. And that sounds a little bit ridiculous, but it's actually true, which is my co-founder, Jed Alpert, had a background in entertainment marketing. He was working with Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. And he was also politically active. And he was volunteering with People for the American Way. And they were protesting a filibuster in Congress. And he took a program from Britney Spears, donated it to People for the American Way, and saw the highest response rate of anything he'd ever seen as a marketer. I met him shortly after that. We started sort of prototyping things and playing around with different types of mobile applications and seeing what would happen. And we sort of really came away with a couple of theses. One is that a market is really a conversation, and that the people that manage to engage with their customers, with their constituents on a conversational level, and enjoy success far, far beyond any other type of marketing. The other thing that we saw is that mobile messaging is really how the world is deciding to talk, where you have mobile messaging just growing through the roof, billions and billions of messages sent every month. But the problem with it is that the carriers are making all that money. The telecom carriers are making billions and billions of dollars off of consumers talking with each other by SMS. And up until us, there hasn't really been a good, viable SaaS solution for small business, healthcare, anybody else to really play in that space. And part of the reason is that there were people who could provide custom solutions, they would charge lots of money, but there was nobody that could really provide two-way messaging. So now to sort of jump into a few vignettes about some of the people that use our products and what they do. Meet Bruce. Bruce is a little bit crazy. He dressed up as our company for Halloween. Bruce owns a small business called College Discount Cards, and it's a couponing business. He started with us a couple months ago, and in that period of time, he's exploded the number of students who subscribe to his service. He gets 30% redemption rates. That means that when he sends a message out to his kids, 30% of them actually show up at the local businesses and restaurants to redeem these coupons. That means that like the restaurants run out of food. It's ridiculous. The other thing that he does, because our platform is fully sort of two-way and conversational, is he gets to reach out and ask them questions and have dialogue. He gets to say, hey, where do you guys want to do? Where do you want to go? What are you interested in? The other really interesting thing about Bruce's business is that because he's dealing with college kids, he doesn't use email. His response rates on email, his redemption rates on email are like less than 5%. And he also doesn't really maintain much of a web presence because the kids don't go to the web. Case study number 2, young voters. Like I said, we come from a little bit of a political activist background. We were really, really active this past election cycle. We worked with a lot of different state Democratic parties. And some of the really interesting stuff that happened came through student voting organizations. This is a slide from what our software looks like. You can sort of set up a conversation. This is what it looks like to sort of set up an automated conversation. And they were telling somebody, specifically where their voting location was. Now, what happened was a lot of the kids that they were sending these messages to didn't actually know how to vote. They had never done it before. And they didn't want to call in to the DNC number to sort of get voting information. And so they were far more apt to just text back. And student volunteers sort of manned this whole program on our platform. They got thousands and thousands of kids out to vote by telling them, yes, you need to bring me some form of ID. No, don't wear a candidate's pin, and giving them very specific instructions. So third vignette. Fish Phone is an app that has hugely surprised all of us. It's a little bit different than the conversational model that we were just talking about. Everything that we do is very sort of web services oriented, and in some ways you could almost consider us more of a web service than a SaaS company. Fish Phone is a database where people can text in the name of a fish, and they get back health and sustainability information about that fish. This program has just sort of spread like wildfire. The way that this organization used to disseminate this information was with wallet cards. Wallet cards are not shareable. You can't give that to somebody else. You can sort of show them something, but maybe they remember it, maybe they don't. Fishphone gets thousands and thousands of queries. It gets about 5 times more traffic than their website. It's been mentioned in the New York Times, Parade Magazine, the Wall Street Journal, and the whole thing was able to be built in minutes on our platform. They upload a spreadsheet and it's done. For more sophisticated users, do programs like this where they tie them into web services, complicated database backends, but our service allows them to sort of really go from the full gamut of spreadsheet to your own scripting language. Anyway, that's about it for Mobile Commons. Visit us on the web or shoot me an email at chris@mcommons.com. Happy to talk to anybody.